What up YouTube, Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Life of Freedom channel. Today I want to give you a reaction. I want to share with you some of my thoughts and my feelings from my adoption video. This video I shared on YouTube where basically I went back to La Reina, Chalatenango, El Salvador. I tried to find my birth mother. I passed out photos everywhere. And eventually, I was able to find her. I discovered that I have a brother and two sisters. I got to meet my biological father, got to meet my biological mother. I realized that I had a grandfather that I got to meet. So it was an incredible experience. And all around, it was just filled with lots of happiness, lots of good emotions, and everyone I think had the sense that we were all just very grateful that this was able to happen. So I have some videos out there. I don't want to, beat a dead horse here. I have other videos out there showing you that, also explaining the full story going into that. So if you're interested, I'll include that as a link down below. But with this video, what I want to do is I want to get into some of the reactions when it actually comes to the comments on the video. And geez, like I'm telling you, it was the most surreal experience ever. Being able to see that all of these people were brought such good emotions. I had people message me saying that the video that they watching it made them cry, that it made them smile a lot, that they just felt so heartwarmed by that story. So that's incredible to me. I never expected people to have that degree of emotional reaction. I always hoped that by sharing the story, it could inspire other people out there to maybe go out there and try and find their own biological mother or their own biological father or whatever. But I never expected that kind of deep reaction. People really said to me, man, dude, like I cried while watching this video. So it's kind of neat to see that, and also to share that story with you, because it's a very conscious effort to have to film all of that, to film the story, to do all of the editing. There's a lot that you obviously don't see behind the scenes that's going on. So I tried to make a video or an experience that not only did, I was sharing my own story and sort of serving as a recollection point for in the future. If I want to look back, I want to watch this, then I can remember that time in my head. But I also wanted to create something where it would give you good emotions, where it would be a fun video for you to watch. It's a story that you would like, that you'd be willing to share with your friends. So I also had that in mind when I was making the video. I was really surprised that I was getting questions about my backstory. I was getting questions about, oh, did you meet your brother? Or what is he like? Or these different things. I was just so surprised that this aroused curiosity for among other people that I've never met before in person. People were genuinely curious about my life, and I've never really had that happen before. In a business context, I run another YouTube channel on business. I have another blog, a podcast on business stuff. And while people will be interested to a degree, I never really had those specific, intimate questions asked of me. So it's kind of weird, kind of interesting to experience that. Now, I also got some more hateful comments on some of the other videos that I put out on El Salvador. And these kind of mirror some of the other hateful comments that I received initially when I disclosed my genetics, when I did the 23andMe test and I revealed I'm half Latino, I'm also half European, half Native American, half European. I got some hateful comments on the way that I talked about the country. And the same thing happened with some of these videos. So there were people out there basically saying, who are you to talk about El Salvador? Or how can you use this wording or these different things? Or you're making videos for Americans, that's that's racist. And bro, yeah, obviously I'm making videos for an audience, people similar to me, to encourage tourism to the country. And I'm completely fine with that. There are always going to be hateful people, always going to be trolls. It's not something that I'm really concerned with. I have my own life going on here. I can't respond to every single comment or every single person who's pissed off. Sometimes my content's gonna piss off people, sometimes it's not. Sometimes people are really gonna like it, sometimes they're not. The way that I tend to think of it is I put out the videos into the world that I want to exist, whether that's education or story-based stuff. And I think that always a handful of people are going to relate with those, they're going to like them, they're going to get a lot of value out of them, and other people are not going to. It might not be as relevant for you, and I sort of think that people need to pick and choose the videos that they want to watch, and that's exactly how YouTube works. Making this video also made me think more about the dynamics of family life, and why is it that so many people, there's just like an outpouring of support, and I think it's because family is so central to our culture. It's really the bedrock of stability in society. And so many people, I think, can relate with the fact that maybe we were born into a household who doesn't have a father, or maybe born into a different situation. You don't necessarily have to be adopted, but there are always, I think, struggles with family life. And to see, a family reunited in that way, and to have good and positive vibes come out of that, I think that's just something that we all hope for in our life. And I will be staying in contact with my new brother and my new two sisters to the best of my ability. I'm looking to build a relationship there. I also obviously have a relationship with my family here. I have family in Philadelphia, I have family in Boston. So I think that for me, this experience has just opened up the world a little bit, my mindset on it, but it's also led to the discovery of some really great relationships, and I'm really happy about that. Now, my final reaction to this video, in order to understand that, I think that you have to accept me at face value. At face value, I'm a guy here who's working to grow his business. I'm the kind of guy where not only am I always thinking about marketing, I'm always thinking about sales, I'm thinking about ways to grow my company. I'm also thinking about ways to position myself better and to grow as a personality online, whether that is in the crowdfunding industry, in the blogging industry, whatever. And my takeaway was that, geez, the power of story when it comes to marketing is just profound, because I've told people what happened, me finding my birth mother, or these different things, and they thought it was cool. Like, they thought it was great. They were happy for me. But when I sort of enveloped it into this story, not only the video portion, but also when I'm just telling people in person and I really tell a story, it just instantly captivates their interest. I want to do more of storytelling as a way to share my emotions in a way that is meaningful to you. I don't just want to rattle on here and talk about my thoughts and talk about my feelings and these different things. I also want to be an experience where you can relate and you can be moved by it. So I'm hoping to do more storytelling videos in the future. I also want to incorporate storytelling into my marketing much more with my traditional business, because I do think it is a great way that people can get to know you, and they can also sort of have that emotional catharsis at the end of the story, which is cool all around. And I know I'm probably gonna have some people being like, Sal, you're using this for marketing, or you're using this for business, like what? That's so impure, or whatever. And all I have to say to that is the kind of person that I am. I was brought up to not only excel, but to go after my goals. And while yes, my personal life, I do share it to a certain degree with you, I'm always on the lookout for ways that I can improve my marketing and my business. And I think storytelling is something that I need to do a lot more of. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the Life of Freedom channel. My name is Salvador Briggman. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, let me know. I'm always excited to hear from comments from some of my readers, some of my listeners, some of my viewers of this channel. I do my best to respond to all of them. Obviously can't always get to every single one, but I do read them. I think the coolest thing about this video that I made was the fact that it can go out there and it can inspire other people to maybe revisit the idea of going and trying to find their biological mother, or going out there and trying to go to new countries like El Salvador, countries where maybe there aren't a lot of tourists that are going there. And I think that storytelling is powerful for that reason. So I ask you, the person watching this video, what is the story that you've been thinking of sharing? What is the story that's really had a profound impact on your life? Would love to hear from you in the comments down below. And also, hopefully, if you make your own video, you make your own story, it can go out there, it can bring people good emotions, good vibes, and change the world to a small degree.